Welcome to another edition of the Nate Moore Show, on the air with you every Wednesday night. Our show is brought to you each week by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm Darren Washington with Coach Moore. Coach, welcome to the show.
Hi, Darren. Thanks for having me.
Last Friday night, the Tigers lost to St. Vincent St. Mary's 13-10. The Tigers are now 6-3. In your mind, what are some things that led to the loss?
Well, I think number one, the 13 points. You know, we finally played well defensively. Didn't play great on special teams. Some good things, some things that need to be worked on. But you know, we have to be able to score more than 13 points in a game if we expect to win.
The Tigers were only able to rush for 111 yards, the lowest total in any game this season. How were the Irish able to slow down the Tigers' running game?
Yeah, I don't think we played real well up front, and you have to give credit to them. You know, they had some good players and executed well, but you know, we've been shuffling through some injuries up front, and that's not an excuse. It's just, you know, that's how it is, and I think that was one of the factors is we just didn't play a very good game.
The Tigers held a 10-0 lead at the half. What was the focus of your talk with the team at halftime?
I mean, the focus was continue to do well with the things that we were doing well at that point. You know, we felt pretty good coming in at halftime with the 10-point lead. You know, felt like we would go out and continue to play good defense, and we would be able to get something going offensively. And we continued to play good defense, not great, and that led to a couple points. And you know, we weren't able to get anything going offensively.
Can you share with us what you told your team in the locker room after the game?
You know, what goes in the locker room after the game is really between us and the players and those four walls. So that's really nothing that you know, we're going to discuss in a forum like this. But you know, you can imagine that, you know, one of the primary things that we're talking about is moving forward.
In a moment, we'll meet a Tiger player and hear more from Coach Moore. But first, this word from Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Everything that goes into a Lennox system is engineered for absolute comfort. Like the parts that create your perfect temperature and humidity, or the parts that purify the air. Together, all these parts save you up to half off your heating and cooling bills. And there are few things more comforting than that.
The future of home comfort is here now at Reliable Heating and Cooling. Get the latest innovation and technology at Reliable.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Hi, my name is Michelle Keller.
And I'm Matt Keller, and these are our sons, Vinny and Tommy.
We are supporters of the Massillon City School System.
Please remember that the Massillon City Schools has a renewal levy on the ballot this November 7th, issue 43. This levy was first passed in 2012 and generates $3.4 million for the district. Issue 43 is not a new tax.
Vote yes for issue 43.
Thank you, Reliable Heating and Cooling. Joining Coach Moore and I is Drake Stanger. Drake, what position or positions do you play?
Offensive tackle.
How old were you when you started playing football?
I would be 13 years old.
Who are your position coaches, and tell us more about them?
Well, my positions coaches. In middle school, that would have been Coach Moose. He was a big guy. He was a fun guy, but he always expected the hard work out of us. And then, let's see, freshman year, we had Coach Stone. He was another big guy, and he always expected a lot out of us. He was a bit stricter on rules, but he was still a fun guy to hang out with. And then currently, I have Coach Mazer. He's a good guy. He's another big guy though. He can be strict, but he's always fun to be with.
What would you say are your strengths as a lineman?
Strengths, I would say that just hard work, effort, definitely.
How about some areas where you need to improve?
As far as that, probably my strength. I mean, arm strength, definitely.
As an offensive, defensive lineman, give us your scouting report on McKinley's offense and defense.
They have a good defense by far. Definitely, if we want to win this game, we'll have to beat their defensive line front and then face their linebackers, and we'll beat them.
Coach, what are your thoughts on Drake?
You know, I'm really proud of Drake. Drake's one of my favorite players on the team, and I feel that way about him because I don't think he's ever missed a practice. I don't think he's ever missed a weightlifting session or a workout. He always gives unbelievable effort. His major job on our team, along with being on the extra point field goal team, is to play the position of the other team's best defensive lineman in practice on the scout team, and he always gives an incredible look. And you know, all the games that we've won this year, a big part of the reason why I've been able to do that is because of the effort of Drake Stanger.
Coach Moore, your Tigers play McKinley this Saturday afternoon at the new Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. This will be the third time you've coached in this game. On a personal level, what does this rivalry mean to you?
I mean, it's just an honor to be able to coach in this game. You know, certainly, you know, and it's an honor to be the head football coach at Massillon. You know, all those things, but I don't really spend a whole lot of time sitting around thinking about those things. You know, there's a lot to be done as far as preparation for our team. So, you know, my focus is really on our guys this week and securing a victory Saturday.
This rivalry brings with a lot of extra events and appearances for you and your players. How do you balance your time this week and as you prepare for Saturday's game?
You know, there are a lot of things that we do this week, and I think it's a lot of fun. You know, it makes this week really, really unique. Not just for us and our season, but this is unique to high school football and high school athletics. And so I really want the guys to enjoy themselves as they go through the course of the week. And, you know, one of the things that I think is great is, you know, all the time that we get to spend and enjoying the performances of our band and our cheerleaders, who are really at everything that we're at. And I don't get to watch their performances as much as I would like to, just because of, you know, the cheerleaders are performing, you know, while we're on the field, and obviously my attention's on the field, and the band's major, you know, performance time is at halftime, and so it's really great to watch them perform, and I think they do an outstanding job.
McKinley comes into the game with an 8-1 record. What can you tell us about their offense?
You know, they're a good team top to bottom. They are a quarterback-driven offense, and they have a really good quarterback. Good zip on the ball, gets it out of his hand quick. The Curtis kid, also a good athlete, makes good decisions. They have a good offensive line. Their left guard is as good of a player as we've seen all year. They have some very productive receivers. They have a couple good running backs. They're a good, well-balanced offense.
What can you tell us about the McKinley defense?
You know, once again, a well-balanced defense. Returns some players at all three levels with a lot of experience. All four players in the secondary are good players. All three linebackers are returning starters. And they have some good defensive linemen. The left guard also plays on the defensive line. He's a 3 technique, and once again, he's as good of a defensive lineman as we've seen. So it's a very good defense at all three levels.
And finally, what do you see as the keys for a Tiger win against the Bulldogs this Saturday afternoon?
You know, I think number one is establishing the run for us offensively, being able to run the football downhill, being very, very physical, and then defensively stopping the run, you know, is always important, and then winning the turnover battle. We have to take care of the ball offensively and with special teams.
We want to thank Coach Moore and Drake Stanger for joining us on the show today. The Nate Moore Show is brought to you each week by Reliable Heating and Cooling. I'm your host, Darren Washington, and stay with us. Coming up next is Swing, featuring Tiger Swing Band Director Jason Neel. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.
Beat McKinley.
Massillon City Schools is proud to have one of the top career technical education programs in the state of Ohio, recently receiving a #1 ranking of the 93 districts in the area of achievement. Our Career Technical Education Department offers 14 pathways preparing students for college and careers. All students have the opportunity to participate and compete in their career technical student organization, as well as obtain valuable experience in the field while earning aligned industry credentials and/or college credit in high school. Visit massillonschools.org for more information.
One way up, no way out. I give it all for the family. We stay up, no bailouts. Give it all for the family. Hey, hey, for the family. Hey, hey, all for the family. Family, family, family.
Welcome to the final edition of Swing for the 2017 season, featuring Tiger Swing Band director Jason Neel. We're on the air with you every Wednesday night following the Nate Moore Show. Our show is brought to you each week by Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon. I'm your host, Joshua Perry. With me is Jason Neel. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Josh.
So your band performed at their annual senior show at the halftime of the St. Vincent-St. Mary's game last Friday night. Tell us more about that show.
Well, our seniors, we had 42 seniors, and I thought they did a great job of working together. It's hard to get a large group like that to agree on just about anything, but we opened up the opportunity to have anyone who wanted to be involved to be part of the part of the design of that show. And so we had about 8 or 9 kids write some of the routines that the band marched, and we had about 6 or 7 kids choreograph a dance that all the students performed. And we had Trent Wicks was one of our senior percussionists, wrote the drum break that the percussion section played, and Caroline Smith and Melissa Bomba were the senior majorettes, and they did all the choreography for the majorettes. So just a lot of opportunity for the kids to get involved, and just about most of them had some say in picking the songs for the show. So I was pleased with how it came out. I thought the kids did a good job with the design, and I thought it was a special show.
So your senior band members were recognized on the field at the game last Friday. Every class is special in its own way. What are your feelings in regards to this year's senior group?
Well, I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I've really enjoyed this class of seniors. I think what's really set them apart in my mind is there are so many of them that really enjoy making music, and they just love to play their instruments, and they love to perform. And that's always fun from a music educator's point of view, is to watch kids really enjoying what we're doing. And like I said, we've had kids do that in the past, but the very large number of kids who just, they like to practice and they like to perform, and just the fun that I see them having through this experience has set this class apart for me. But a lot of great kids, and we are really going to miss them.
Nice. At what point do you and your staff start looking towards the junior class to kind of take over leadership roles of the band?
Well, this Saturday we have a tradition on the day of the McKinley game where the junior class actually decorates our armory for the senior class and kind of does something special for them. And that's really our first glimpse to watch the juniors kind of work together and see how they're going to lead. It kind of gives us a taste of what's coming next year. And then throughout the year, you know, I'm always starting to look at juniors and see what next year is going to be like. But really in official capacity, it won't be till, you know, graduation and we start summer things where we really see what we've got. And will our juniors step up and take over for the seniors? And it's a good question that you're asking there, and it's a really important one for me to know that you're going to be able to replace that leadership. So, thanks.
Yeah. It's McKinley week, and as always, it's a very busy time for everyone, including the band. Could you tell us about this band's schedule for this week?
Yeah, last Saturday actually, we kind of kicked off McKinley week by performing for the Timeless Rivals premiere at the Lincoln Theater, and that was kind of neat. I know that film and that project was unique in the fact that it really celebrates what this week's all about. So for our squad leaders and majorettes, drum major, our mascot, to go to the Lincoln Theater and perform there was a neat experience. Monday night we played, same group played for the football booster club meeting at the high school auditorium, and that went well. On Tuesday afternoon we took that same group to the touchdown club, and that performance was nice. You're catching a theme here as we use our squad leaders and our majorettes, our drum major and the OB mascot for most of our performances during the week. Just because it's a smaller group, a little easier to manage and travel around with. But on Friday, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thursday night we have our swing band concert at the high school in the gym at 7 o'clock, and that's during the open house at Washington High School. And we'll play just about all of our season's music. So invite people to come out and check that out on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And then Friday's probably the busiest day for us. We'll take that group I mentioned before, we'll add in all of the seniors, and we'll go around the city of Massillon playing all over the place, and we'll go to all the elementary schools and the junior high school, and we'll go to the mayor's office and the judge's courtroom, and we'll just march around and play Tiger Rag quite a bit on Friday. Then we'll come back to the high school, and we'll parade through the halls. We'll have the pep rally here. We have a short rehearsal after school before we go do the Beat McKinley parade, ending with the bonfire downtown. And so Friday's a busy day for us. And then obviously Saturday is the game itself. And we'll start at 10 in the morning with our run through, getting ready for the game. And like I said, even before that, our juniors will come in and be decorating for the seniors. So a lot of traditions, a lot of great stuff. Just an exciting week to be a Tiger, and kids love it. I love it. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds like a fun and busy week. On a personal level, what does this game and rivalry mean to you?
That's a good question as well. You know, I grew up not liking McKinley, and I attribute that to my dad, who went to Massillon and kind of instilled that value in me at a young age. So to take part in this rivalry, you know, ever since coming here 12 years ago, it was instantly, you know, you spend any time in this town and you start to become a Tiger, and it's a lot of fun. It's just it's a really cool thing to be a part of. You know, I was in the Ohio State marching band and got to be a part of Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, and that was huge and a lot of fun. And coming here, this is very similar in the fact of just how fun a rivalry can be, and a lot of tradition. I mean, we're talking about the 128th game between these two teams, and I get excited about stuff like that. So to be a part of something so large and so historic, it's just a lot of fun.
Nice. I'm sure you enjoy taking the band to various stadiums and venues each season. How do you feel about your band having the opportunity to play at the new Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton?
I'm very excited. I think the students are excited as well. There's something historic about that. You know, this will be the first of these games in this new stadium. So to say, hey, I was there when that happened, and you know, hopefully we can get the win, even be extra special. But I mean, I have not been there yet, but it looks like just a phenomenal new project that they've completed, and very excited to get to perform there. So.
And finally, how about a preview of this Saturday's halftime show?
Well, this Saturday we're an away game, so we didn't do a brand new show. So we picked some of the music from this season that we thought really not only did we perform well, but kind of represented all the different shows that we did in some way. So we are going to be doing our opening routine, Fanfare, Tiger Rag, Carry On, followed by Land of a Thousand Dances from our homecoming show, and that featured our majorette line. And then we're going to be doing Stompin' at the Savoy from our swing show, which featured Caroline Smith as our featured majorette. And then we have, from our Friday Night Lights show, we did a song called We're an American Band, and had a drum break in it. And we're not going to do the exact same routine. We're doing a brand new routine for that. Kind of, we really thought that song made us sound strong and thought it'd be a good closer. But we've written a new routine, and excited for that. So that's going to be our show.
Cool. And now let's word from Howard's Tiger Rags. And when we come back, we have a special presentation from Mr. Sheets.
Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon has the best selection of tiger apparel in the area. And this year, Howard's Tiger Rags is the proud sponsor of the Swing TV show on WHS-TV. Get the latest football t-shirts available in short and long sleeves, along with great-looking hoodies. And don't forget about their infant and toddler apparel. See their large selection of memorabilia, along with mugs and glasses. Need a tiger hat? Howard's has dozens. And see their prom apparel as well. Stop in at Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon and like them on Facebook.
And a big thank you to Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon for being our sponsor during this 2017 edition of Swing. Mr. Neel, we have a kind of a gift for you, or a special presentation we'd like to share. Not that big a deal, but it's kind of a cool thing. About a month ago, we received this envelope, and it was addressed to us. But I'd like you to kind of read the note here that was first attached to it, and then we'll reveal kind of what's inside. Would you do that for us?
Am I supposed to read this out loud?
Please. I know it's a little...
It says, hello, I got this record in a bulk deal last week. I only collect country records, so I thought you folks might like to have this.
Right.
From...
Richard.
Okay.
And we'll get the name in a little bit. All the way from Topeka, Kansas.
Oh, very good.
Okay. So, check that out.
This is the Tiger Swing Band vinyl record. This would be from,
yeah,
a long time ago, with Orrin Dyke Ford was the director of the band, so somewhere between 1946 and 57.
Have you seen these before?
I have seen these. These are
feel free to take it out.
Collector's items here.
Okay. Do you have one? Black. Do you have one yourself?
The band has one.
Okay.
But I don't have one personally. So.
Well, I think it would be a good idea if you could get that framed up and consider that a gift.
Very nice.
It came to us, and I'm sure it will have significant value to you, not only now, but down the road, too. So.
Sure, yeah. Tiger Rag, Fall in Line, Stand Up and Cheer, Carry On, Alma Mater, Fight Tigers Fight. Songs that we are still playing.
Right.
A lot of tradition here. Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for your time this year, as always. That's going to wrap up the 2017 edition of Swing here on WHS-TV. I'm Dave Sheets for Mr. Neel. Again, thanks to Howard's Tiger Rags in downtown Massillon. Go Tigers, beat McKinley.
Hi, my name is Martha Grigg, and I'm a lifelong Massillon resident and retired Massillon City School District teacher. When you go to vote on November 7th, please remember that the Massillon City School District has a renewal levy on the ballot, Issue 43. This $8.6 mil levy is not a new tax. It will generate $3.4 million for the district and will keep the district out of debt according to the 5-year forecast. Vote yes on Issue 43.